Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to get
Dion already doing
that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all
when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me.
Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the 30,000? Now?
In the moment. In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level, and this is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed.
Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real. That's what I did.
Oh, we're supposed to get the ball? No rebound. This one?
Cut that up, I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what? Big dog?
Yes. I'm light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. It's working. Wah, wah, wah. Ah, look at me. Tour de France, Tour de Funk. What's cracking like a Mackin' from the back into the jack and Jesus up, cause Weeze is up. 5 in the morning, brother. Oh, what a night. Did y'all have a night? I know I had a night. And when people say that, you always assume it's good. It's not always good, y'all. I didn't have the best night, man. I had to wake up early in the morning because my kids were yelling and screaming. What's going on, Daddy? Oh, man, so, shoot, them nightmares be happening. Sometimes they real dreams, sometimes they real scary. But I'm here for the itty-bitties, and I'm here for y'all, too, as well. Make sure, with our love, y'all like this video, subscribe to this channel, become a member. And if you hit that super chat right now, we're going to chop it up right now, in the moment. Love to all you guys out there. Today's show, y'all know the headline, y'all see it. Jalen Brunson, he said, hey, he showed you the motivation, the deep motivation. Just like the Spurs were trying to beat OKC because of SGA and them boys, and because of that beef with Wemby. And Chet, well, let's just say we got another level to that as well. So we're going to beat that up in the comments. We also got to talk all things Knicks, championship jokes, fallout, controversies, all things Knicks. We're going to get into that White House again because people are talking crazy, including, what they call Michelle Obama? That's what we doing here? Man, that's tough. Some things I don't know if it's a story or not because sometimes it's like there's no meat on the bone. It's obvious, but sometimes it's okay to do the mundane, to do the obvious. So we're going to do that as well. All things. Y'all didn't send me enough topics on Twitter, on X. Make sure you guys are doing that. And other than that, let's get into it. One thing I want to do, a new segment. Look at me trying to turn this into TV. A segment. I want to start off recapping what y'all talking about. So this is going to encourage y'all to leave more comments, but it's also going to encourage me to see what y'all talking about. Real spit. So we're going to get into that as well. Let's do it. Let's recap. If we can see this thing. God, it's little. Let's start here. Okay, so this is from yesterday. God dang, Wiley. You can't see nothing, homie. Shoot. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, let's go here. So yesterday we put out the video to the content. Obviously, that's some BS. That's about Caleb Williams. Oh, this is 2 days ago. Caleb Williams, Coach JB, and Cam Newton. So I'm going to read some of the comments. I just search by top comments. So blame YouTube if they ain't going to show your comment because it ain't a top one. I don't know. All right, so someone says Marcellus. Oh, what did it say? Us man VCX. Marcellus rarely misses. This is one of those times where you're wrong, big dog. I don't spell dog like that, homie. I ain't go to Georgia. Let me stop. Optics matter, especially for today's impressionable kids who can't escape the internet. Light bulb. Okay. You said what you said. I said what I said. Let me tell you one thing. When we have this point of contention, how I think, I'm not going to change what I think based on how you feel. I'm only going to base what I think based on what's real. So if you don't feel I'm correct, you got to prove I'm not correct. If not, I'm going to go with my logic and I'm going to go with my emotions. Okay, you're going with your emotions right now. You just think I'm wrong. And your logic may be kids are impressionable. So this is where I will attack you. I will attack you with your logic, never your feelings. You feel what you feel, dog. I can't tell you what to feel. Your logic is to me off center because I don't talk to the lowest common denominator. I don't talk to the lowest rung. I don't talk to people who don't get it. I don't. I never will. I never like people doing that to me. Like, I don't understand. Okay? Like, I understand when you're learning something that you're not as versed as you will be. But don't talk to me like no dummy. I don't suffer fools. So, kids are impressionable. Yes, I was a kid. I was impressionable. I loved NWA. I also didn't do a drive-by. I also didn't think I wanted to go to the penitentiary. I never flirted with that temptation. I lived vicariously through it, even though I was impressionable. So let's not act like everything that comes your way, kids are so impressionable. Be careful, because if that's the case, how come the kids ain't gravitating towards the education? How come the kids ain't gravitating towards the positives? For all the influences that come our way, be real. A lot of them are positive, but people just look away. They just turn the other way. Just like in music, I'll give you a great example. Everybody's like, wow, the music sound like this, gangster and hard and take your girl and floss and how many cars I got. No. All the music don't sound like that. You just picking that music. You know what's real? You know how many backpack rappers there are? You know how many people talking about, yo, we need to go to the motherland. You know how many times? I grew up in the eras where it was like, everybody talking about NWA. I was like, nah, have y'all heard of poor righteous teachers? They ain't talking about the same things. So when you talk about kids being impressionable, let's not act like we can't keep it real with them. And I'm keeping it real when I talk about you can have painted fingernails and be a baller. You can have painted fingernails and be a man. You can have painted fingernails and not be gay. Should I say that word? I don't know. Get shut down. Point being, because Caleb Williams is all those things. And he ain't the first. Y'all act like Dennis Rodman. Oh, we're going to give Dennis Rodman a pass. We're going to give Prince a pass. When you like somebody and you like their music or you like how they do it, then you all in for him. But when Caleb doesn't, you don't like him like that. What's wrong with him? Rick James. Have y'all seen videos of Rick James? Wasn't the most masculine, man. Man, come on, man. My uncles grew up with rollers. I look back at some of those pictures. I'm like, not even videos. I'm like, what? What was wrong with Unc? He was tripping. I was like, what side of the fence was he on? Was he banging or was he banging? See, this is me, dog, and that's you. So I like that. All right, give me one more comment. I ain't gonna be here all day. This is a dope segment. I should did this earlier. Shoot, we get some real funk in here. Now, these are all the responses to him, I assume. Oh, did I do that right? Okay, let's get this. Caleb Williams is the first college football player I've ever seen jump into the stands after a loss and cry in his mama's arms. Combined with his painted fingernails, he got sugar in his tank. I gotta stop. Oh, man, I'm a mama's boy, so maybe I'm taking up for him because I'm a mama's boy. I don't get it, though. I don't get it. I don't know why. First of all, I don't care to get it. I don't care the end result. Okay, let's just say headline, Caleb Williams is what we think, or what you think, I should say. Caleb Williams is that. He's happy. Y'all know the word. He's happy. And why does it matter? We shouldn't have no happy role models in football. Like, if you really follow your logic all the way through, you're going somewhere that's a dead end. I don't care. Unless I'm there with him, unless I'm going horizontal with him, why do I care? And why do you care unless you're thinking about going horizontal with him? Dog, you sound like the dude that be mad at somebody else talking to some girls. Dog, there's so many other girls here. Why you mad at don't you hate that homeboy that want to talk to the girls you talk to? Soon as you say, oh, she cute. He be like, yeah, she real fine. Phew. You're like, all right, he got me. I shouldn't have even, I shouldn't have delayed on it. Next time. You're like, oh, look at her. Yeah, man, I was looking at her all night. What do you care? What do you care? All right, beat it up in the comments. Let me know what y'all talking about. I love this segment right now. I have found my thrill on Beverly Hill. Okay, man, crazy. Dog, and he plays football in the NFL. Who are you to say he's not masculine? He more masculine than your ass, whoever you are. He got you beat. Oh, I bet you he walk in the weight room and he got you beat. He walk on the field, he got you beat. He walk in the classroom, he got you beat. Caleb Williams was living in a penthouse downtown LA in college. He got you beat in a lot of ways. You may have him beat in other ways. You may have a better family than him. I'm not trying to put you down, dog, but if you're going to put him down, we're going to compete. And I'm going to show you he got you beat in a lot of ways, bro, a lot of ways. All right, let's get to the next topic. This is dope, like a pound or a key. Just shut up and listen to me. I make a killing. I got money to the ceiling. Why? Because I'm a mother sucker, roof filling. MC Ren, stomping any fool in my way with some help from my homeboy Dre. Well, my name is Dre, the mother sucker doctor. I ain't take my medicine at all. I told you I had a night. All right, here we go. Oh, this is a deep topic. All right, don't get mad at me, guys, when I don't get deep with deep topics. Don't get mad when I don't get sad with sad topics. I'm not built that way. When someone dies to me, I'm in celebration of life mode. My mother has been dead for 21 years, and I'm still, no lie, believing that I'm going to see my mother again. Not really on this planet, not really in this lifetime, but that's what I'm telling myself. I'm not lying. Because I used to go 6 months, up to 6 months or so without seeing my mom. You know how it goes. You go to college. Hey, I love you, mama, in July. She ain't come to no games that year in New York. I see her when I come home for Christmas break in December. So I've been times without seeing my mom. Talking to her, of course, but not seeing her. I talk to her now in many ways. Ladybugs. Whenever I see a ladybug, that was her favorite bug. Guess what? I think of my mom because my mama was called Ladybug and that was her favorite bug. So I talk to her in weird spiritual ways. I shouldn't even say weird. Spiritual ways. But I'm acting like I'm going to see her again. So I apologize now. If you think I should be sadder on sad stories, I won't be. You think I should be a different emotion on some stories, I won't be. I'm going to be the guy that picks you back up. I'm going to be the guy that's making lemonade. That's me. All right, let's get to this topic. We all know that, unfortunately, Aldon Smith lost his life. I told you off the record of a video that I'd seen, and it was an overdose, but that hasn't been said publicly on record, reports, anything like that. So I don't want to be reckless, but I'm just going to always be real with y'all. Anyway. The warning we ignored. You can check this video out if you want to. Oh, this is another way to get y'all to watch some of these videos probably. You'll be like, oh, I ain't know Wiley put that. All right, here we go. Somebody wrote, love the channel. Rest in peace. Okay, love that. That's the top comment. I love it. All right, here's one with a lot of likes. I'm 29 and I deal with a bit of a drinking problem. Pray for me, guys. I need it. Okay. Let's talk through that. Drinking problem. I don't know to the extent, so I really can't go there with you. You drink every day. You drink in certain times of emotional context, when you're sad, when you're happy. Like, where do you drink? One rule I would say is to test yourself is just stop for a month. Just stop. Can you stop for a month? If you can't stop for a month, you do have a drinking problem. Another thing I would say is become a social drinker. That means you only drink when you go out the house and it's an event. Now, if you always out, you a thought, you're a thirst trap, you for the streets. If you always out, then that ain't gonna work for you. But if you go out once a week, something like that, maybe twice a week, try that. Basically, test yourself. Golly, let's stop looking for all these people for antidotes. Test yourself. You got all you need. It reminds me of when I was growing up, I didn't have a gym membership. Right? I didn't have a car to go to the gym. And I told you guys some of these war stories, but one of them was I was like 12 years old or whatever. I'm over here complaining that I can't go to the gym or I ain't got all the facilities and all the stuff. I said, dog, I got a driveway in my apartment building that was steep, like a good 35, 40 degree angle. I was like steep. And it was enough. It was like a 20 yard, let's say 20 yard steep driveway. Man, I started running that thing. Instead of saying I can't go to the sand dunes, I can't go to Santa Monica Stairs, I can't go to the hill, I can't go to Valley Ridge. I used to go to Valley Ridge as well, though. But point is, make it work. Danielson, use what you got to get what you want. Sometimes you ain't got a lot, but you can get what you want. So I don't know you, big dog, but if I were you, I am going to pray for you. But more importantly, test yourself. Simple as that. Okay, here we go. It's a safe space. Safe space equals over the internet for the entire world to see and critique. Wow. Okay, so the barber who filmed this episode of a podcast was interviewing or talking with Aldon Smith, and he was hearing Aldon Smith struggle with something. Yeah, so we all saw that. Okay, good point. But he's saying, why did the dude say it was a safe space when really the world gonna critique you? Okay. My only response to that is he shouldn't call it a safe space because nowhere is safe. And I don't think, frankly, because nowhere is safe, fully safe, that you should act like something is safe. Like you shouldn't even say, what does safe space mean? Without criticism, without pushback? Like I don't want a friend that is just a safe space. Now maybe I'm mischaracterizing safe space because I sound like I am. Like, I can tell my friends stuff and nothing gonna happen to me, but all at the same time, it ain't safe. They shoot back. They be like, dog, why'd you do that? Dog, you ever think about it like this? Like, so I'm looking at safe space like, no, we still playing football. Now, football is relatively safe. You don't die playing football, right? My kids asked me that watching the UFC thing the other night. They was like, Dad, because the dude was leaking, blood everywhere. One dude did an interview, Pereira did an interview, and his blood, it was dry. He did the interview by the end, it was Rambo. It was just blood coming out as he started talking. And they was like, how is this safe? I was like, because they get to tap out. Okay, you get to say enough. So maybe that is a safe space. With your friend, you going back and forth, and he telling you, hey man, I like to tell my friends when they giving me stuff and they download and they dump all their problems. And I'm like, all right, before I answer, I always say this. I say, so what did you do? How did you contribute? Let me hear your part. Because if not, you're going to be a friend that all you hear is, man, she. You're going to be like, who is man, she? Man, she did this. Man, she did that. It's like, dog, what did you do? I got friends that cheated. I got friends that still cheat. And guess what they want to talk about? Man, I think she cheating. I was like, dog, I mean, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't know, dog. All right, last one. I think it's the last one. Oh, let's get to that UFC. Maybe it's not the last one. Okay, so why are people mad? We talked about this. Obviously, what is it? UFC Freedom 250. And then all what came with that. You know, Donald Trump there, obviously it's at the White House. Dana White in the building, et cetera. Tremendous card. I think people were talking bad about the card before it started and not after. Anyway, it says, remember when Biden was in office and had a pride event on the White House lawn? I don't remember that, but I know I've been to the White House lawn a couple of times for different events. So I would assume there's a pride event as well. So your point is saying that is like, why y'all over here complaining the UFC spent $60 million to throw an event there? And someone said that the taxpayers didn't even have to pay. I don't know. Other than the normal, you got to pay for Donald Trump's security, which we got to pay for every day. So what are we talking about? The president's security. So UFC spent that money, supposedly. All right. And then someone else writes, This was so badass. Greatest sport event in a long time. The organization was top notch, and those Blue Angels. God bless America. I ain't gonna lie, it was sick. I wanted to see it when I first heard it announced, and then the day of Sunday, I wasn't thinking about it. And then I kept seeing these alerts. Thank God for alerts. I was like, oh, that's tonight I'm watching it. And I'm so glad, no lie. I was a little tired because it's Sunday. That's my day of rest for real. God said it. But I was watching it. I was like, this is sick. You know, some of the guys I didn't even know. I was like, but this is sick. Say what you want. Sometimes the matchups by name ain't the same, okay? So let's get into that. Last thing was the UFC Firestorm. LeBron is faster than your favorite point guard, except he is closer to Shaq's stature, which is insane. 6'9", 250 moving like that with the best vision of all time. Jordan is just a ghost that no one is going to catch. But Bron is the best realistically. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like, you're not catching Jordan. He's a folklore. He's like, it's just something that he's an avenger or something. You're like, yo, I'm trying to fight you as a man, a human. He's an avenger. So you're not catching him. But if you list the qualities like he did of LeBron, it's insane. He's peak attributes and tangibles on every single level. Speed, quickness, agility, strength, explosiveness. It's just silly. Then you get into vision, you know what I mean? IQ. And then you say, oh, what about off the court? Oh, yeah, professional, dedicated. Whatever. I hate to see headlines say America's been divided. You have to have been together to be divided. This country has never been together. There is now and will always be division. Great point. I mean, we did start this country off of, let's just say, unequal footing, right? Being real. So I get it. All right. Woo. Let's go around. I like that topic. I like that subject. I like that. Beat it up in the comments. Tell me if y'all liked it. Nothing's perfect except me and you and we. All right, let's get into this. Top fans who are in the building. First of all, y'all know Stomp is number one. That's my dog. Stomp is number one. Who else is in there? Master Proplex, Garden Hire, TC210, and Drew Mack. Okay, that's the second time I've seen Drew Mack. I'm rocking with you, Drew Mack. All right, love to all you guys out there. I know that Stomp has sent some super chats. What has he sent? He's here. He's on set. He got his popcorn and his sunglasses on. Respect to y'all. Hit the super chat. We always chop it up. Or just like this video right now. I see y'all. Like the video just right now. Subscribe and become a member. Let's talk about what's going on in the NBA a little bit before we go around and get focused on them NBA champion New York Knicks. Let's see what's going on in the NBA.
Yes, the league believes that this is finally going to happen. I would be.
You have not. I got jokes. This is a horrible song. I want to turn it off, but I got to hear what Brian Windhorst is saying. Basically, we know a destination for Giannis. Y'all gonna believe this? I ain't gonna believe it until I hear it.
Missed if I didn't point out that he still could commit to re-signing with the Bucks, but talks have intensified over the last 7 to 10 days. Look, he has focused on wanting to be a member of the Miami Heat. And because he's only got 1 year on his contract, he has some control over that.
Why you want to go to the Heat? Beat it up in the comments. Look, Tyler Hero's my guy. Like, beyond. I'm waiting. Is Kevin Durant's my favorite player? Then next is Cade Cunningham, like in terms of who I'm a root for, like blindly almost. And then guess who's next? Tyler Hero. Don't believe me? Look at the documentary of Tyler Hero in high school and going to college. And the crazy, I don't even know if it's racism because, Tyler Hero white. But yes, racism against him too. He went through it. Oh, boy, did he do it. It was sick.
But the Heat and the Bucks have been talking for months, Greeny, and not agreed to a deal because the Bucks don't love the Heat's offer. There are 3rd teams involved. There are 4th teams involved. In recent days, we have seen that the Boston Celtics have shown some interest there. But a Celtics offer has a stumbling block. Number one, you'd be breaking up potentially Jalen Brunson and Jalen Brown. Number two, it would.
We know what he meant to say. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. But the point is, did Jaylen Brown start this? Or did Jaylen Brown know this was already started? Like doing all those streams and really going there? Because athletes know. We can read the room. We can read the tea leaves. Did he start that? Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you think. But I think him to Boston, Jason Tatum, and because I'm assuming Jaylen Brown's the one out. Jason Tatum and Giannis? Something about that tells me, nah, that ain't it. And then something tells me he's sick. But him to the Heat? neither one of those are going to mess with the Knicks, going to mess with what we just saw, is it? But look, the East is wide open. If the Celtics are healthy, maybe it's theirs.
It would mean changing the entire structure of the way the Celtics play basketball. So stay tuned. We'll be more on that as the week unfolds.
Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I don't understand what I just saw there. It was a lot of speculation. A lot. Let's get into this. Y'all ain't going to understand what y'all see right here. Okay, so this play happened in 2013, the NBA Finals, 13 years ago, and Tiago Splitter is now a head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and LeBron is still in the league playing. Think about that. 13 years ago. And that ain't LeBron at that time was what, a 9-year vet, 10-year vet? And he blocking Splitter shot. Splitter, he done retired. He done stopped shooting that shot. One, trying to dunk on him. Two, he done retired. Now he's a head coach. He done worked himself up the ranks. Meanwhile, LeBron's still balling. Everything just, man, I love greatness. I love greatness. All right. Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get to a little football because we got somebody who is transitioning from college to the pros at a weird time, right? Doing it in a different way. So we know Brandon Sorsby, Texas Tech, they're mutually parting ways, which means somebody got kicked out first, but we ain't going to tell everybody, so we're going to say mutually parting ways. He will not play college football in 2026. Y'all don't remember who he is? He's the guy that got caught up in the betting scandal and admitted, yeah, I gamble on games. That's me. So let's get a little reaction to that.
The story. He admitted to betting on games, even games in which he participated in. And for some, I don't know.
I would not mind, and I don't know this detail, if you bet on games and you bet to win. I would like that. Like, beat it up in the comments and tell me, is there a way that you can bet on a game that you want to win? Like, I'm betting that I win with the Chargers, and that's bad. I'm betting that I do my best. I don't see the bad in that, but beat it up.
Oh, maybe the system. I don't know the system as well as I think I do, because every time you think you got it figured out, the system throws you a curveball.
Yes, sir.
But here's a guy that admitted, yes, I gamble. Over 90 times I've placed bets on collegiate games. Some of the games that I bet on, I was actually participating in.
Yes.
Did he say 90? Oh, yeah, you got a problem. I'm talking about my boy earlier who had a drinking problem. Nah, I didn't know if you got a drinking problem or not. You got to have more details. This, oh, yeah, you got a gambling problem.
And still, a court, judges, 4 judges says, you know what? Irreparable harm will be done to this young man if Texas Tech do not allow him to play. Excuse me, if the NCAA does not allow him to play. So we're putting a stay on the injunction, hey, and he's going to be able to play. But after
he sounds like Jules Santana. He keeps saying, hey.
Careful deliberations, you see everybody having something to say about it.
Yes.
Say there's something really wrong with the system. When someone admit they did something, which is probably the worst thing you can do if you're a professional athlete.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No question.
Absolutely.
If you're throwing the game, yes. If you're trying to not throw the game, but blow up in the game and bet that you're going to win, I just don't see it. Like, I don't see the flip side. I see the heads of it, but I don't see the tails of it. Flip it.
They are mutually, Texas Tech and Sorsby are agreeing to mutually part ways. Ocho, let me get your thoughts first, and Joe, we'll turn it over to you.
Well, obviously, Texas Tech understands when it comes to gambling, the integrity of college football in general. For one, you already got NIL. They're not happy about that. Now they're trying to control that. And then you have Sorsby going on behind his back and doing things that you know that are illegal, trying to earn extra money on top of what you're already getting. You know, which is a blessing in general. So the integrity of the game is somewhat ruined. The court actually allowing him to play with Texas Tech, it wouldn't have sat well, and it's just too much noise, and it's too much of a stormy weather around the program to allow him to play this season.
All right, that just sounded like to me he wasn't good enough. God dang it, blah, blah, blah. I've never been on the team where the consequences weren't in connection to how good you were. And he probably is good, or I don't know if he was great. And if he was great, he ain't all-time great. Put it like this. This could have went away. This could have been overlooked. But then at the same time, how much did you do? 9,000 bets I see in here, somebody wrote. Good Lord. 9,000 bets? You got to be kidding me. And $90,000? Oh, you got to go. There's no way some Richie Small says he made over 9,000 bets and over $90,000. Okay. Maybe you were good. you were good at betting. Okay. Whoa, that's a lot on it. Let's not do that. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Should he be? Well, he's going to the NFL now. What is it? The supplemental draft or something? You're gonna hear about him. He's gonna be on somebody's team as a undrafted or supplemental draft player, and he's gonna be a fifth on the depth chart. Then he's gonna work his way up. Hey, give the man the opportunity. The gambling part, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for a team to pull the trigger, but I know one team will, because obviously he's a name and obviously he's a game. So we're going to get into that. All right, beat up in the comments. Let's talk about this once again. Let's get into this deeper as we're going to talk about the UFC Freedom 250. Also, Michelle Obama getting called. Yeah. They called her a man, and we know her name is Michelle, so obviously that's a problem. We're going to get into the headline story of Funk Wemby. Yeah, that actually came out of Jalen Brunson's mouth. Nothing wrong with that. Or is there? Anyway, we know that Chet and Wemby had their issues in the Western Conference Finals, and now we know in the finals coming out of that there's another rivalry between Brunson and Wemby, and they're going to be seeing a lot of each other, hopefully in the finals in the years to come. Let's get into this story because I like this sidebar over here. It was very informative, so if you can't read, just listen to me. But if you can read, don't try and go too far ahead of me because you're going to be mad at me. All right, so the UFC is hosting fights at the White House tonight. This is what they wrote on Sunday. Here's what you need to know. The UFC is spending $60 million to put on this event. So it says the UFC. It didn't say the government, okay? All right? So everyone who keeps running around here saying taxpayers, talk to this guy. And frankly, I think it is the UFC and Dana White. Call Dana White. Stop saying taxpayers. Anyway, that's way more than the $3 and $4 million the company typically spends to put on an event, and 3 times the $20 million is spent at the Las Vegas Sphere in 2024. Y'all remember when they had the big event there and you're looking like, whoa, right? And if you missed that event, just go to your local Cosm. If you don't have one right now, you'll get one. Jed, shout out to my boy Jed, who's owner of Cosm along with Steve Wynn. They have one in Los Angeles and Inglewood. So check your city. It may be I think it's one in Dallas, one going to Atlanta. Boy, if New York got one, it's insane. But it's the best viewing experience. It's like the Sphere, but it's a sports bar. Anyway, the UFC sold $30 million in corporate sponsorship deals. Goodness. Ram Trucks, Crypto.com, Polymarket, Bud Light, with individual packages selling for $1.5 million. They were eating out there, y'all. Oh, they're trying to get that money back. Since tickets are being given out for free, the event is expected to lose about $30 million. So this is why I wanted to read this, because first of all, we blaming the government, but really UFC is mad that they had to spend 60, but they said, hey, it's worth it. So they spent 60. When you spend 60, you know you can charge for them tickets because it's a spectacle. Instead, they gave them out. So everyone was saying, oh, we're the average Americans. There were average Americans in that damn building. It was average Americans on that lawn, average Americans at the ellipse. They gave it out to soldiers. Like them dudes, dog, did you see the crowd? I mean, there were some like faces that were recognizable, but that crowd was an average American crowd. There was some regular people up in there. People saluting. All them people finally getting their shine, so shut it. All right, so the UFC $7.7 billion media rights deal with Paramount allows some fights to be simulcast on CBS, but tonight's entire event will only be available on the Paramount Plus streaming service. I wonder why. Let me think. Maybe they're trying to build that up. Why didn't CBS want this? Because it was political? Because y'all made it political? I don't know. That would have been even bigger, huge. It looked amazing, and it was amazing fights. There were amazing fights. I don't know. Beat it up in the comments. Tell me why they didn't want it on CBS. This thing was like the Super Bowl of the UFC. Kind of weird. And I had a conversation yesterday about boxing versus UFC. Beat that up in the comments. Boxing in trouble. You know why? Because you don't even have to know a UFC fighter. I did not know every UFC fighter watching this Freedom 250. But boy, by the end, I was like, who is that? You're sitting there like, this dude's insane. Because they could just do more things. I think we at the point now where boxing, standing on your feet, doing this, is like AM radio. Unless it's a mega fight, we're like, they can do that in UFC, and they can kick you in your nose. Then they can. I love the leg kicks to the inside of the thigh and the knee. They go, bah. He be just standing there like, oh, no, bah. You be like, and then you see the dude start leaning on it, and he start wobbling, and then he can't stand up. Oh, it's crippling. Debilitating. Okay, there'll be 4,000 people on the South Lawn for the event. Trump controls about 1,000 tickets with Dana White, Ari Emanuel controlling another 500 or so. The remaining seats were given to active duty military members. These military members had to meet body composition standards and pay for their own travel. Oh, that's not so nice. But yes, it is. You got a free ticket. You couldn't go to it regardless. See, we gotta be smart about how we over here complaining. Like, yeah, if you get here, it's yours. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how I got to the White House. The White House didn't pay for me to go. They said, if you're here, you're here. And I was there. UFC installed a giant arch over the octagon known as the Claw. That's what that is. That structure's massive, 60 tons. How the hell you get it there? 154 feet wide, 92 feet high. Damn. 100 by 100-foot canopy and 800 lighting fixtures. What you gonna do with this after this? Like, how are we gonna recycle this sucker? How this Claw is dead? Jesus. And since the UFC isn't allowed to dig into the South Lawn, engineers added 40 tons of weight to each leg to hold it down. Yeah, sandbags on this big old thing. It's crazy. That thing looks sick, though. What you gonna do with it now, though? Can you deconstruct it and use it for other events? That's a lot of money. It's a lot wasted. The Claw was flown from Belgium to Philadelphia, test assembled in Philly, and then trucked down to D.C. Somebody saw this on the freeway. I know they lost their mind. Each truck was placed in storage before being searched by the Secret Service. Yeah, you'd think hiding some problems up in there. And the UFC needed 38 days to assemble everything compared to their normal 2 days. Man, so all that damn work, that workforce, that cost. UFC is covering all production costs, but taxpayers are still on the hook, for 10 to 12 million in supplemental security costs. Oh, told you you're gonna pay for Trump's security. Knew that. The White House says this money would have been spent anyway, and that it comes from a federal fund approved by Congress, specifically allocated for events surrounding the country's 250th birthday. Okay, so they said they already knew this was coming. Since attendance on the South Lawn is invite only and limited to 4,000 people, the UFC is holding a watch party at the Ellipse. Yeah, roughly 85,000 tickets have been distributed for free. Oh, average Americans. See what I'm saying? And while the UFC plans to sell food, beverages, and merchandise, why not eat? Dana White told ESPN that the government will get a piece of it. Every fighter will be wearing custom red, white, and blue gloves with an American flag stitched on the wrist. Patriotic. Bonus, here's Trump's latest financial disclosure indicates that he purchased up to $50,000 in TKO stock, the parent company of the UFC. This is where y'all was like, it's pay for play. Yep. Some say this is a conflict of interest, while others claim it is insignificant, given that his full financial disclosure included over 3,700 stock and bond trades worth more than $220 million. I wouldn't let that negate that. You know, they trying to say he got so much other stuff over there, unless it's all TKO. He don't have 3,700 stock and bond trades. Oh, he got in total. Yeah, this doesn't negate that. But I don't know the rules of that, so don't get me twisted. Now, if you don't like it in taste, I understand. But in rules, I don't know. Obviously, it's not illegal because he did it. He knows they all looking through his books, and he bought 50,000. He's like, look, they're having this amazing event on my lawn. Let me buy some of that. Would you do it if you were president? I think I would. Actually, I know I would. That's it for today. Enjoy the event, and if you want to learn more about the business and money behind sports, join all those who read your newsletter. Hey, I just read your newsletter. Respect to you, big dog. Who are you? Let me give you some credit. Joe Pompino, something like that. Joe Pompliano. Respect to you, big dog. Thank you for the insight. All right, now let's get deep. Let's get spicy. Nothing's perfect, including that Freedom 250.
There was one moment I do think Trump has to denounce, and anybody associated with it has to denounce, and that's that crazy fighter guy. I don't even have his name up here, but he won the fight. He took the microphone, and he made a derogatory comment about Michelle Obama.
And no, I'm not laughing at him in the comment, because we ain't got there yet. I'm laughing at derogatory. He like, I'm laughing too. How much money you got, Wiley? Yeah, I know how the game goes. But you can't use money in the locker room. It ain't funny. It's kind of funny to me. All right, so we about to get there. If you're sensitive, this is your time to take a pause.
To me, that on the White House lawn. Now, these are UFC guys, all right? They're crazy. They're idiots. You have Sean Strickland, who's one of the craziest people of all time, to the point you can't even pay attention to what he says snuck in. But when you have that, on the White House lawn, on an event you put down, I don't care what you think about the Obamas or anything, that has to be an immediate denounce. Like, wrong, doesn't speak for me. I have no problem with the event. I guess you run that risk because these guys are lunatics.
Okay, here's the thing. Now, we got a lot of things conflicting right here. We got, obviously, some conversation about freedom of speech, but we also know that freedom of speech comes at a price. You can't say everything. You can't say anything. We know that, all right? People who are mature minds understand that. Beyond that, we also know that this is an event where, let's just say, the participants are not only allowed carte blanche to say what they want. Dana White does not restrict his fighters from saying anything, but he will come out and address some of the things that are controversial. Sometimes he would denounce it, etc. But now we're talking about the president. Now, the president, did you hear what he said? If you heard what he said, you have to denounce. Now, some people, that's where you're getting split. Some people said the president ain't there to sit there and denounce things on his lawn because of this event. Like, that's not his role. And some people say, yes, it is your role, because that was so extreme. We're going to talk through it. Let's hear it all out first.
But that was the only thing. If Trump should denounce it, he should say that was totally wrong. The event itself, listen, the troops seem to love it. All the people there seem to love it. I have no problem with it. I think you're crying over spilled milk if you are upset about the actual event. But that comment, if you're going to do it, own it and be like, that was wrong and should never happen.
Okay, so basically the discipline needs to come from the president in decorum that something was foul said on your property, said while you were in attendance, hey, you need to reprimand. Okay. Now we're talking about roles and how do we envision that role and the principles of the role and what we think that role has in character and leadership. And you didn't denounce it? Really? That's your obligation. That's what you're supposed to do.
UFC fighters that you talk to seem to have a lot of these notions. The UFC intelligentsia is run by Dana White, who is a close personal friend of President Trump and does his best to launder Trump's reputation. This entire event is sports washing. Having this event at the White House on Trump's birthday is sports washing.
Sports washing, meaning we're going to use sports as the candy. And what we're really trying to give you is some medicine you may not want to take, which is what he's going to say, probably the politics of it all, the alignment between Dana White and Donald Trump. So everything in this world, as that comment said earlier in our show, is just divisive, right? Like, and divisive sounds like a polarizing term, because it is, but I don't think it really reflects how we are. We just disagree. We just are different. We just don't think the same, thankfully. But then when you get off course, there is a pull to a mainstream. There is a pull to a PC culture. And there's also a pull of like you went too far left, too far right. So we're all trying to monitor this, but who is the one to monitor? Who are you to monitor, right? Think about it. Like, none of us should speak for all of us. So when one of us says something that is off center, who are you to correct them? And then it's like, well, who is he to say that? And then here we go, chasing our tail.
So the UFC is a cesspool to me of some of the worst, most divisive types of American thought. And it did not shock and surprise me to see something as disgusting as this said live on the Octagon as Joe Rogan smiles and introduces the fighter or says goodbye to the fighter.
Okay, so these controversies are happening more and more often where you are in the vicinity, as President Trump was, as Joe Rogan is, as Dana White is, of a fool, of ignorance. And then now, not only are they going to go and give consequences or at least try to reprimand, they're trying to, the individual who made the foolish comment. Like, Michelle Obama is a woman to me until y'all prove she's not. And frankly, I'm not very curious. I don't care. Like, if she comes out and say, I was a man, which is insane to even say. It's insane to even propose. Insane to even question. But people are. Go ahead. Spend your energy that day. That way. I think you're wasting your time. Because it's either yes, she is, or yes, she's not. And let her answer it. Like how you've been doing all this research, you've been doing all these clues, you've been on X in deep, dark chambers looking for clues and answers, and you still don't have them? Maybe because there's a simpler answer. She's a woman. Or an even simpler answer. Let her answer it. Who spends time away from their kids and their life and their family to be like, I wonder if Michelle Obama's a man or a woman? Like, yeah. Anyway, but we're here. So that's not even the worst part that he said that, which right now is dumb, stupid, ignorant, crazy. But people are dumb, stupid, ignorant, and crazy. So don't act like that comes from nowhere. It comes from people. It reminds me of like when people always talk about how bad this world is. And some of the people that say that got kids in prison, got kids in jail. I'm like, the world's bad because bad people here. Don't act like the world is bad because it's just innately bad. This is the same planet that used to be so good. Whatever you want to say. The real issue to me is when you're around a fool, what are you supposed to do? I tell you right now, when I'm around fools and they do something and then they want to fight, I'm around fools, they want to argue. I'm around fools, growing up, they wanted to do some dirt. Guess where I was? Away from them fools. I wasn't there trying to correct a fool in a foolish moment. You know why? Because physical consequences. I've seen people try. Who hasn't seen somebody try to step in? Hey, don't do that. Leave her alone or leave him alone. Pat, 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 pat. So that's not this situation, but it is emotionally. Like, I'm going to step in your fire? Like, think about it figuratively. Trump going to attach himself to your comment? No, you're going to attach Trump to his comment. I'm going to jump in it. You know how they always say stay out the way? So you don't get in their story. Now you a part of their story. Now you respond to what he said, but you didn't do it well enough. You didn't denounce. There's no way you're going to ever satisfy everybody. Oh, Trump denounced it, but he didn't denounce it hard enough, well enough, eloquent enough, concise enough. You didn't say anything at all. Well, I thought it was freedom of speech. Dana White lets his fighter say anything, and then he comes back and cleans it up. He didn't this time. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about. They are this. It's just like we're all guilty of the same things. It's just when you're not guilty, you want to point at others. That's what it seems like to me. But I'm going to say it again. Dumb, ignorant, stupid, crazy happens because there are dumb, ignorant, stupid, crazy people out there. And you just heard a guy speak on it.
I wonder if Rogan would have been smiling as hard, and I said as much on Instagram, if that guy would have said Melania Trump is a prostitute or in the Epstein files or whatever, any of the things that are said about her. I wonder if he would have said that right there at the White House in front of everyone, if Rogan would have smiled it off and just like said the guy's name and sent him on his way. But this is the type of thought, this is the type of action, and this is the type of climate and culture that to me exists inside of the UFC.
Okay. I do know that when you get the freedom to speak from the top down, like the UFC does, it comes with its consequences. Like in the NFL, it's a little more nip-tuck. NBA, not as nip-tuck, but still, you'll get fined for just talking about the refs. You know, the NFL, obviously, protect the shield, the integrity of the game, talk about the refs. You know you're going to get fined. Marshawn Lynch famously said, I'm just here so I don't get fined. You got to be present. UFC is a whole different animal. And I like that. Now, I don't like everything that comes out of what they say. I don't like every word, but I do like that not only do the fighters get up there and talk their talk, this excluded, but they talk their talk. But more so, I like that Dana White is a commissioner that actually is like that, yeah, buddy, that was stupid. Right? Like, we don't see Goodell, we don't see Adam Silver in that role. We always see them polishing things up, PCing things up. And we know sometimes that's BS. So you don't win either way. Sometimes they clean up stuff that is just too dirty, and you're like, come on, dog, just keep it real. And sometimes Dana White is so real, you're like, dog, can you clean it up a little bit? You're never perfect. You overdress for the event, you underdress for the event. It's never that. It's about you, okay? Simple as that.
Yeah, it's tacky, it's trash, and they only feel cool because they're surrounded by people who literally are like them.
That's not true. Damn it. Maybe, I don't know. If I lived in DC, I would have went. I would have went for this. If I could have got guaranteed to be in the 4,000 seat stadium instead of the 85,000 people standing around, I wouldn't have done the festival, but I would have done the seating. it's sick. It's like, how often is this gonna happen here? According to Dana White, never again. I'm going. I like to check those type of boxes. I like old school rap concerts, and I love me going to a spectacle. But if I were there, and I know there was someone like me there because I saw the crowd. The crowd looked different. They were black, white, orange, yellow, pink. Y'all caught the orange. It's every color there. So what do you mean like them? There are people there that don't like, you just like the sport. And in that unifying, like I'm different than him that's next to me. He crazy. You ever go to a sporting event, cats be yelling, losing their mind, taking their shirts off? We not the same. I'm never taking my shirt off. One, because my better days are behind me looking in terms of, yeah, better. But two, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, dog. I'm here to see somebody get kicked in the face. I'm not here to express my politics. So I don't like when we make blanket statements like that. Continue.
And like I saw people doing interviews of people who were attending. I did not realize it was 4,000 people, but people who attended this event. And they were kind of like, oh, like this is sports that brings us together. This isn't politics. And it's like, it's happening right in front of the White House on the lawn. You're literally here to celebrate President Trump and his birthday. We saw him do it last year. Again, it was boring. It was tacky. Even he was falling asleep when he did it with this parade. Now you've got this joke of a show with the UFC, which I repeat is trash.
Okay, UFC is not trash. Obviously, $7.7 billion just to a streaming service for a few years is not trash. Two, it's an amazing sport. It's past boxing up. Be real. And I love me some boxing. I still do. But UFC got it. They have a fight every weekend, every other weekend, and it's all sold out. Just go ahead. Just keep doing it. Boxing got to have 3 big mega ones a year, and even those, we got to watch Floyd and Pacquiao again. Like, man, keep up with this. It's like y'all are conflating how you feel about Dana White or how you feel about Trump or how you feel about certain fighters with the overall sport. That's like me saying I don't like the NFL because I didn't like Kaepernick. You stupid. You don't have to like Kaepernick. You can love Kaepernick. But the NFL was different. There's 1,800 other dudes, other Kaepernicks. Some of them ain't kneeling. Some of them are still kneeling. Some ain't standing. Some are standing. Come on, the conflation. This conflation situation is draining.
And as we just watched this Josh guy, he is too. And then you have them doing like motorcycle flips and some circus shit that some other stuff that Dana White owns. It's just such a joke.
Oh, we in, hey, honey, wake up. Did you see that sign? What did it say? Haterville. We in Haterville? No, we not. We are not in Haterville. I know we not mad that this man got a lot of stuff going on and he gonna broadcast it and showcase it at his event. If I spend $60 million to be in front of your house, trust me, it ain't just gonna be me that show up. I'm bringing everything I got. My kids are gonna eat in your kitchen. All my family gonna be eating on your lawn. We gonna turn this mother out for $60 million. What are we doing? What are we doing? We mad that this man brought every asset he owns for the broadcast of something he spent. He usually spends $4 million max. He spent 60. He ain't complaining. He mad. He like whatever. It's worth it. But whatever. It's like you. It's Mother's Day. I gotta buy what? Or the anniversary. I gotta buy what? You like it's another day. I'll celebrate you. I got love for you. And here we go. Here's your normal gift. Or no, it's our 25th anniversary. So we got to mortgage the house. And we got to get a second loan on the house for this one gift. Yeah, that's what Dana White had to do. He could have 15 other UFC events for this one, but he did this one. He can't bring motorcycles.
And that this is supposed to be how we're celebrating 250 years of this country with this is supposed to be representative in 250 years. This is where we are. This is what's front facing the White House. And in the backdrop, you have this economy that's suffering, inflation up, gas prices. People don't have health care. People don't have clean drinking water. AI units or villages are being built next to people and destroying their personal health and their environment. Like, it's just, there's just so many things. That's at the front. This is what's in the back. That's what they care about. They don't care about how the rest of the country is suffering and continues to suffer when you're spending millions and millions of dollars for some tacky shit like this.
Blah, blah, blah. I feel her at the end, though. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I read how much money is being spent on things that I just see out there, there's no hate in me, though. But I'm like, damn, it's a lot of money in this world. And damn, there's a lot of money at the top. But I don't get there and say, I don't read that and be like, they should spend it on everybody else and stuff. I can't, because one, perfect is the enemy of good. I have not lived one day of my 51 years of life where everything was good. The economy was great for all. I haven't. I never lived through everyday world peace. Because when they said world peace, I was like, bring your ass down Rosecrans. This ain't world peace. They talking about world peace. I heard that last night. Ain't no world peace. So you got to understand where you are doesn't mean where everyone else is. So these messages get lost, right? Somebody just died right now. Somebody was just born right now. Me and our kids do that. Me and the itty bitties do that every day, it seems like. Right now, daddy. Right now, right now, right now, right now. You just could. Someone was born. Someone just died. Flat line. Ooh. Every second of the day. I mean, we got to watch The Lion King together as a world. Circle of life. So it's never going to be perfect for everybody. So that means it's not good for some, good for others. There's not good parts of your day. There's not good parts of your life. I've been at the brokest level of this country. I've been there. You know, 4 people with a $20,000, we could have been broke. We could have had no job, but a $20,000 job. 4 people. It still was good in my day. They gave us lunch tickets. People clown me, joke me out. Guess what? I got the extra bean burritos. I'm sitting there with the tater tots. How much did you have to spend? $1.25. Oh, they free for me. Because you broke. Oh, well, getting closer to you without spending money on this lunch. Jesus. I used to slang my lunch tickets. Sometimes I'm good. Got a coffee cake in the morning. I'm just trying to bring light to, even when it's this darkest. Your eyes adjust. You ever go, this is an example. Oh, Lord, this is going to be, I felt this one before I even said it. You ever turn the lights off? You're like, damn, it's dark. Then you laying in the bed, give it a minute. Don't you start to see stuff? I'm feeling this. Okay, so you look around, all of a sudden you be like, oh, okay, I can see a little bit. This is inspiring for those who are at the bottom. Dog, I know the lights seem off. The lights are off. Stay there. Look again. You can see some stuff. You can wait. You can make a way. People at the top, and this is going to sound crazy, but it's true. They got problems. They got issues too. More money, more problems. Yeah, that's just a song. No, it's real. I'm about to go this weekend and golf with one of my friends who has a B. I don't have a B. I don't have a billion plus multiples. He's a multi-billionaire. But we like to golf and hang and kick it and talk crazy and live life. And guess what? When it's time to talk about stuff that's not so perfect in our worlds, you would think he had nothing to say. He got a lot to say too. So all I want to give you is perspective. If you don't believe me, it's okay. You mad at me? It's okay, because you're really mad at yourself. But boy, that was a good event. Say what you want. That's almost saying like somebody you don't like. And this is how people act as adults, big ass kids. I don't like you. Then all of a sudden they show up in the fresh Sergio Tacchini suit like you ain't never seen. And you gonna be like, that's all right. That's all right. This is what happens. You ever ride in the car with somebody who's a hater? You can drive through a nice neighborhood, go through Bel Air. Fresh Prince is there. And they drive through and they be like, look at that house, too much. Too big. Who could live there? That's too many rooms and stuff. And look at this, these trees. Who has trees that big? What they're really saying, and look, they are true. It's true. It's 2 people in that house and it's a 26 bedroom. little much. I went to an event last week for the World Cup. It was like that. But respect to them. That's my family. But the house is gigantic. I'm like, it's only 2 of y'all. Oh, you got a little baby now, 3. It is a 30-bedroom home. But you ain't saying it for that. Like, oh, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't get that. Oh, you wouldn't? You wouldn't? You sure? You sure you're actually not talking because you can't get that? So now you're like, oh, that ain't nothing. Let's continue.
The lighting, the walkouts, the visuals, the entrances, and the fights. You go 7 for 7, all finishes. Again, this will trigger people. I get it. I understand it. But as far as the actual pulling off the event, this once-in-a-lifetime event, to me, it was a grand slam. It was a home run.
It was flawless in that respect. But I know people can't separate the two. So you're going to be beating me up, beating everybody up in the comments. Go ahead, swing and miss. The thing is crazy about it is people were anticipating something much less. Like, and even if you had visions of grandeur like this is going to be crazy, it exceeded your expectations. Like, they built all of that, and that thing technically was just smooth. Then the fights were silly when we all walked in like, we're John Bones Jones. No? Boo. We're Habib. No? Boo. I mean, we're Ronda Rousey. No? Boo. We're Conor McGregor. Give me some. No? Boo. Then you watched it and you were like, yo, this was it.
It was A+. They nailed it. There's no infrastructure in place there. There's no blueprint. I mean, a massive tip of the cap to the production team.
Now I'm a bigger fan of Ari. I've always liked him because I reference him for these combat sports, especially UFC. But usually he's always anti-UFC. The clips I see. The ones I see, they always pick from him. He negative on them. It's good to see him being positive on them. I know how that feels sometimes when people think you hate somebody. You're like, oh, I don't. I'm just answering every question. Most of the questions I'm answering, they're negative. But now this is, you asked me, was this a great event? Oh, it was amazing. Good for him for being real.
The presser looked great. The weigh-ins looked great. The event looked great. The fights were great. And by the way, where do I sign up for more 7-fight cards? Nice, tidy. Like, this is surreal shit. I'm sitting there sleep deprived. I slept for an hour and 45 minutes Saturday going to Sunday, and then I'm sitting there watching the UFC at the White House, cage fighting at the White House, and Diego Lopez starts the card off like that, and Houfi fights like that, and Cyril Gane fights like that. And of course, Justin Gaethje fights like that. I'd love to know, does anyone feel otherwise? Does anyone feel like this was a miss? Does anyone feel like this was the White House, Times Square Part 2? I thought, look, were there times where, now we can nitpick, were there times where the crowd seemed subdued? Yeah, absolutely, that's gonna happen. Were there times where it was like, the history stuff, okay, I get it, or the Trump, yeah, sure. But if I'm being 100% honest, I thought there'd be more Trump stuff. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Was there any sort of, there's a chance I dozed off here and there, not going to lie, in between fights. Was there any sort of Trump, like, happy birthday, like we joked, like Marilyn Monroe type of thing?
No.
Right?
No, we figured beforehand, right? We all kind of said, of course there's going to be more of that because we've seen the other events. I always reference that event that I was at with Rick at the Prudential Center. So we just fully expected there would be a lot more than that. And there wasn't. That was one of the concerns of many people that said they were watching. But I don't think, of course, you've mentioned the entrance and all that kind of stuff, but the spectacle was insane. And I genuinely don't feel, if you've seen the other events, that this was any more than they've ever done with him at these events.
People, let me let them finish before I finish.
I thought it looked better than the Sphere. Like, if we're going to compare special events to special events, do you agree, GC? You're shaking your head. I can't tell if you agree or disagree.
Of course I agree. Yeah, okay. I don't even think it's close. I think when we left the Sphere, we were like, that was pretty cool. But then, like, once the fight started, it was essentially same old, same old. And I know that was the same here. But, like, you really felt them being at the White House throughout the entire event. The walkouts, when you got to the cut, man, you could see behind it. The special entrances from the Marine Corps band, which were incredible.
Well, let's give a shout out to your brother.
Shout out.
Dude, your unbelievable. This guy's brother. Those entrances were amazing.
Yeah, they were. Blah, blah, blah. Next level. Look at this. Next level stuff. I guess that's his brother. Respect. Okay, next level stuff. Next level stuff. Anyway, let's, I think we're moving on from that. Yeah, kind of. There was somebody missing from that, and you know how much I love him, so I got to give him his shine.
John Jones tweeted out tonight. Did you see what he tweeted out?
No.
John Jones, he had like a selfie on him, and he had a necklace that said like GOAT on it, and he basically just said like I'm still the GOAT. What's your reaction to that?
I'm still what?
I'm still the GOAT.
Oh, that's. I hope that is what I just saw it to be, which is he's like, "What's a GOAT? Like, what do you mean?" And then his boy was like, "Oh, that means he's the best and all that." That's dope. In France, they like, y'all over here arguing who's the GOAT. What are y'all doing?
Congratulations to the new heavyweight champion, Gon. You looked great out there tonight.
Thank you, John. Yeah, he's still the GOAT. Respect the GOAT. He's a really great champion. He did very well during his career. I respect that.
But I mean, you got to give yourself some credit as well, right?
Oh, media, boo! Wants them to fight. They already had a fight. We saw how that went. Okay, John Jones is the GOAT. Now, this dude lost to John Jones. You think he's gonna say something? This dude mad he ain't say. I shouldn't say mad. He just wants him to say something that's negative. Why?
You said earlier this week, what does that make me? If they're considering Alex Pereira the GOAT if he wins this fight, what does that make me, right?
I don't know exactly. It's not. Yeah. Comment tu dis? C'est pas moi de le dire. Yeah, it's not me to tell. It's not me to tell. Let's the opinion of the people. We will see.
Hey, too classy. He was speaking Spanish and French. Como se dice? Or is that the same in both? I don't know, but I loved it. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. We're gonna get into some. It's time to get into some New York Knicks. Funk Wemby, fallout, celebration, controversy, all things we got to get into right now. Love for you guys, man. Beat it up in the comments. I know we went heavy on some topics. This is an amazing show. Golly, ain't no show like us. Look at us. Let me give you some love to these fans out here. Top fans. Stomp is number one. I am Pucho. What? Who are you? You're new to our top fans. Congratulations, big dog. Master Proplex, Trap Music, Garden Hire, 74. The rest of y'all OGs in the game. Respect to y'all. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member, hit that super chat. We're going to talk some Knicks, and we still got some spicy topics to get into. So make sure you guys are ready for that, and let's get going.
There's never been a trio, Jaylen, that has won a college title and has won a title in the NBA.
Never a trio. Think about that. Damn, nobody? Them UNLV running Rebels, nothing? You ain't get nothing out of that? Michigan, nothing?
And now you and Mikhail and Josh have achieved that. Mm-hmm. To achieve this with them, what do you look at and say to each other?
Ooh. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
You won 2 championships with Villanova.
Mm-hmm. I'm noticing something about Jalen Brunson. He ain't a man of many words. Like they want all of these, iconic moments, whether it's, anything is possible. Like they trying to get something out of that from Kevin Garnett, some Jordan. They need a Jordan cigar moment. They need, the Kobe rubbing the ball of the Larry O'Brien. They need something. And Jalen Brunson ain't giving them much. He's like, nah.
Does it already make you hungry to start looking at the next one?
After the parade, yeah. I think I've done a decent job of being able to not look ahead, not look past anything, staying in the moment. I'm going to try and enjoy this for a little bit, and then once it's time to get back to work, it's back to work.
Blah, blah, blah. G right there, telling you the real. Make sure you hit the like button right now. I'm not going to hit another button until you do it. I lied, but still hit the like button.
And that's all that matters.
The fact that people that ain't never and will never have anything, own anything, be anything other than their mother's child, which she wished she would have swallowed you. Damn. And your daddy wished he would have pulled out and put it on her stomach or the sheet.
Damn.
So.
Damn.
This is a crash out from Kenya Martin. We were talking some Spurs. We were talking some Knicks. He went off the reservation. He went there. Now, is it their job to correct and denounce everything he's going to say right now? My bad.
Like, this is like, yeah. So, for you people, right, that's who you are as a human being.
Damn.
Like, woo. You weren't shit as a kid, you ain't shit as an adult. You should smell like pee.
Damn.
And nothing wrong with that. I used to pee in the bed till I was 13. Too much information, but who cares? I'm not 13 anymore. It used to smell like pee a little bit. They used to call me pee boy.
Smell like pee is crazy. Smell like pee.
You was known as a stinky kid.
Nobody wants to smell like pee.
You smell like
Devontae, that was you in church.
Yeah. You smell like piss.
Devil Rock Baptist Church.
Yeah, and people talk about
that was you.
Right, and I'm talking.
Okay, so for those who need context, respect to Darren the Jedi Knight, we're giving you some contrast between the man, who's the man, who runs New York, who's the king of New York right now, who walks around on rose petals right now. Yeah, Jalen Brunson. And as they're reacting to Jalen Brunson and the Knicks and their championship and all this stuff as they're going through it, someone called Kenya Martin a bust. And I thought this is a spicy way to get into some spicy topics.
Yeah, that was you. So I hated sitting next to you in choir.
Yeah, you knew what them people
you
were.
Smell like pee.
Yeah. Like,
that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Shit. I knew.
Absolutely. You own
You can smell that
motherfucking
shit.
you own EBT right now.
Little pee boy.
We've been sitting saying you can only buy certain things at the grocery store.
He don't mind peeing on himself in here. This is PPP.
Like you them people. You fucking coupon shoppers. Yeah, you motherfucker go to the grocery store, hold up the line because you got motherfucking a book full of coupons.
Come on, man. It's just noise, man. We don't hear the noise.
The fuck?
We say what?
Okay, blah, blah, blah. I already gave y'all my comments on that before. My only thing is you can't play the money line. You can't play the money jokes and get the laughs that you deserve. Like, Kenyan's funny, and Kenya has some funny moments in there, but first of all, you don't know who you're talking to in the chat. And if y'all right now say, Marcellus, you suck, okay, if I have a reaction, it won't be that I'm better than you or I got more than you. It'll be the things I'm good at because I don't know you. You could be a trillionaire. You could be Elon Musk with a fake account, with a Kevin Durant ghost account. I don't know. So I won't go all money, but in the locker room, money don't win it all, okay? You know what wins it all? If you got them ballers and them dogs, that's how you win it all.
Who let the dogs out?
I think this going to get shut down because this is a major network show, but I just had to get that out. They are on an epic run of talk shows and everything. I don't think this show going to get shut down. Let's go.
That shot woke me up a little bit. That shot took earlier kind of woke me up.
You took a shot of.
You took a shot?
Take a shot. He ain't talking about a jump shot either. He talking about that liquor.
Why didn't you give us a shot?
At 9 o'clock? Call the hotline.
Gotta call the hotline. They are on a championship run, and it's a fun run. Trust me, they clowning.
Play that you think embodies this entire title run?
When Josh honestly missed the layup. No, I'm not even trying to be funny. I know.
Yeah, you are. Jesus. He said when Josh Hart missed that layup. Josh Hart want to get away. Remember that commercial? Want to get away. He pulled the Homer Simpson in that moment. Goodness.
Usually I joke about that. So he missed the layup at game 4, and then I think OG or him fouled Wemby, and then Josh is on the floor, kind of like holding his face, and like B, Cat, and Jose just ran up to him to get up. Next play, I think that play, really embodies this team.
I think that would surprise a lot of people. I think most people would think it would be the OG putback or maybe the huge fadeaway that you hit in game 1.
Yeah.
But you're choosing the play where you guys made a mistake and got back up.
I feel like when you're able to look past the mistakes, you're able to do things like make a shot or get the offensive rebound.
Dog, you know that old saying, don't lose enthusiasm between losses, between failures. I even added between wins and between success. Like, don't lose the energy, that deep down drive that you want to do it. Like, I got to get this done. Because between losses, it takes its hits. And even in success, it could take its hits because they're called distractions. Man, he talking that talk.
Or like that, but like when you quickly doubt yourself and you have your teammates come and pick you up and say, yo, we're good. I think that gives us confidence to be able to make another play.
That gives you superpowers. That lets you know you're really a team. Like, for real. If we can pick each other up, it's over. I mean, everybody can do it when you're up. It's when you're down. Can you help me get back up, right? Paramedic, first responder, right? Someone who really loves you. Resuscitate me. That's sick. Good for him, man. I love that.
Think it's a good venue? Y'all spend a lot of time there.
Great venue.
Yeah, it was good.
A lot of great things happen there. You know, when we're down 1 and you miss wide open layups.
That doesn't feel like even a work best friend moment.
For me, I wanted to set up an epic, last possession. And we wouldn't have that OG tip in without that missed layup. So I was like, you know what?
I can't.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I was willing to sacrifice that layup so OG could get the tip in. So I was trying to be a good teammate.
That's going to have to be his response for life, even though sooner or later he's going to be like, man, I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of this dumb. He's going to be like, man, y'all stop joking about that.
Knew they were going to start chanting OG, OG, OG.
Oh, yeah, they doing that. They doing it all. They doing all the shows, So many of the shows that sometimes, speaking of OG, is he awake? And if he is awake, is this a wake and bake? Because, just keep focused on that man right there, y'all.
Talk about the difference Coach Brown made and how he brought you all together.
I guess I'll answer. All right, so they got the memo. Sunglasses in. He gets the memo. My dad's a coach, so I ain't slipping up. He gets the memo. He said, all right, took a shot. So I already admitted I had a sip, but I ain't lit. This is I am fine. This is why people be trying to get away with DUIs and they be high and not drunk. And they be like, oh, I'm good, officer. Remember that dude who got arrested in sports recently for marijuana? I remember it was in Arizona. He's like, oh, I'm not drunk. He's like, I ain't say you were. You lit. I don't want to put that on him, but he is stuck.
He's been great. Mike's been great, and what he's been awesome at doing is listening to us and just hearing us out and adjusting the game.
That look. Who ain't been stuck before and know what that is, right? Oh my God. Talk to me at least about the play, man. It was insane.
What was happening? Is anything going through your mind when you're up in the air like that, or is it all instinct?
I was trying to dunk it. Couldn't dunk it, so I just tried to, touch it.
He said, I tried to dunk it, but I couldn't, so I just touched it. You're like, I had to adjust in the air. Like I got to adjust right now and say, what y'all say? Let's keep going. Oh, we're going to go through this. It wasn't all pretty when they won that championship. The confetti was falling. They was looking forward to a moment to give some respect to their competitors. Uh-oh, what happened? Wemby and Brunson. Wemby, Brunson, Miss Johnson. All right, shake some hands. Say peace out. Say respect. Say congrats. Uh-oh. Y'all noticing this? Formation. Detroit, Chicago Bulls, Pistons, Chicago. Where's Isaiah Thomas? Coaches shake, players leave. Where's Isaiah Thomas? Where's Jordan? Luke Cornett stays. Of course, Luke Cornett stays. He didn't play. Oh, let me stop. He didn't play well, though. And look at this. I remember seeing this scene. I was like, that was fast. How y'all in the damn tunnel already? And who made a basketball tunnel this low? Anyway, goodness. Look, gone. Oh, come on. Y'all didn't shake their hands for real? This can't be real. Cornette found Mitch and shook with others, including OG. Cornette doing a lot of stuff that they ain't doing, including putting his hand over his heart for the national anthem. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We got a scandal here. Oh, you know we got a scandal here. They got a scandal. If that's happened, you know they're going to talk about it. Let's see who should we talk about sportsmanship. Draymond.
Look your killer in the face.
you got to look them in their face. By the way, if you leave the court and you don't look me in my face and I just beat you, I actually know that I own you forever. Because
woo, he ain't lying. At least that's your thought. Don't mean it's real. It's just that's how I'm thinking. Oh, you can't even look at this. Y'all know how we all stood up and said, I got you. I got you. Let's go to war. Let's go. Mano y mano. Let's go. And then I got you. And then hey. He like, back turn out of here. Can't face the moment. Ooh, I got you. Sign the deed of your life and your heart over to me.
Because you couldn't even look me in the face. And so to see them walk off the court, it was disheartening. And I'll blame it on youth. I'll blame it on lacking the leader to show them that, hey, this is what you do, not walk off. I'll blame it on that.
Ooh, Wemby, you're supposed to, I mean, you're second year.
I'll blame it on that. Lacking the leadership, the leader to show them that no. There's a way to win and there's a way to lose.
But we've seen this before. It wasn't no lack of leadership with the Detroit Pistons when the Bulls finally got over that hump, finally got past them.
There's a way to win and there's a way to lose. And walking off the court, not looking your killer in his eyes, ain't the way to lose.
Nah, that's sucker. That is straight sucker stuff. Real spit. Like, now, you know how no one was liking the Knicks when they fans were beating everyone up? And I couldn't put it on the Knicks players, but I was like, this is now I'm not rooting for y'all to win as much because I'm like, y'all fans is acting the fool. This is something now I really take to heart. I'm like, oh, y'all some suckers. Y'all some balls. Y'all some marks. Y'all don't want to go speak to them dudes?
One of my favorite things that's come out of all of this is the crying that has occurred because it appeared Wemby didn't shake the hands of the Knicks afterwards, and now we don't like that. It's arrogant. He's a bad guy. There's a lot of Knicks fans doing that, to whom I respond, go burn something else down and maybe not worry about what's classy and what's not. That being said, you guys are former players. How are we feeling?
Okay. Once again, we got a little mismatching going on. Maybe conflation's not the word, just mismatching. All right. They burning stuff down is not the same as Knicks fans doing that as the players not shaking hands. But I understand, and I hope they get to the point that I could defend them not shaking hands. But somebody got to say it first.
What I will say is this. I don't think it's just about the handshaking. When you're on the world stage, when you're on the biggest stage, everything is going to get dissected. And he's had a couple different things that we've paid attention to, personality or competitive style-wise, where we're like, oh, we didn't know he had that. Yeah. We didn't know he had a little asshole in his system. So
because we always thought Shaolin, all in, bringing old school back. We loved it. But you know, this is what people forget about the old school. It came with its issues too. Yeah, I knock your ass out. Yeah, Jalen Brunson, I mush you to the ground. Yeah. I'm not, like, old school had its thorns as well.
But when he introduced us to it, game after game after game, I think people were a little taken aback. Now, as far as the handshaking thing, we can't give him an excuse or give the rest of that team excuses like that. Hard-fought battles, everybody knows, it's to shake hands. You congratulate your opponent, and you move on with it. He don't have to be overly, but you know, obviously you saw Brunson heading over to shake his hand. He beelines out. All of these things are gonna be under a microscope. So if we're gonna criticize it, let's criticize it the appropriate way. Let's not give him any excuses because we wouldn't give anybody.
So he basically saying beat him, chill. Blah, blah, blah. Look, let's balance it out. Praise and criticism. The cost of praise is criticism. We say nothing but lovely things about you, Wemby, except when you don't do lovely things. And then that's the cost of the praise, the criticism. This is not that deep. You're supposed to shake their hands. Ultimately, you're supposed to shake their hands. There's a way to defend it that you don't have to, but you're supposed to shake their hands. Simple as that. And you didn't. Okay, so some people got to defend it. Somebody got to give you the other side. Let's go.
Shaking hands is what you do when you're in the little leagues. When you're in JV, when you're trying to teach about, hey, treat the game the right way. I don't believe that NBA players or professional athletes have to shake hands. Why? Why do I have to do that?
I'll answer both of y'all when y'all finish.
No, I think this is a real thing because we see it all the time in college basketball.
I got a lot to say.
They didn't shake hands. They don't respect the game. Why do I need to shake your hand?
That's part of the
to respect your
obligation.
game? No, it
That's
isn't.
part of the
Who
rule.
made
That's
it-
part of the rule.
Who made it
Not
the
an
rule?
obligation.
I don't.
It's not an obligation or a rule. Ethics. I think you want to say ethics, like just the way we do it. Like it's a part of the custom of it. But no, it's not a rule. You ain't got to do it. It's not a rule to put your hand over your heart either. None of that stuff is rules. It's just like you're supposed to do it. But if you don't do it, you're gonna hear about it. You went against the stream. You went against the flow. You know what's coming your way. Ain't nobody stupid.
No,
Who made it the
but
rule?
if that's what
What's not a
everyone
rule?
does.
But here's my thing.
Shay.
Well, I don't have to do it because everybody does it.
Good point.
Like, nobody did make it a rule. I can respect Stephen A. Smith, and when we're done, I don't need to dap him before I go off set. I'm here to debate him. I'm trying to win a debate. And I think it's the same way with the NBA Finals. I get when Isaiah Thomas and all this stuff happened back in the day, but I think it's one of the worst rules for professional sports that I have to show sportsmanship and shake your hand after you beaten me in a moment where maybe I don't want to shake your hand. Maybe I don't like you. I don't need to like you. I don't get paid to like you. I get paid to compete against you, to win championships. So there's no prerequisite that says when the game's over, I need to say, hey, way to kick my ass. No, I can take my ass home, and I can say, you know what, cool, I'll see you next time I see you. And when I see you, I'm going to come for you again. I think it's a bigger topic that we're missing the boat on.
Blah, blah, blah. That is a dope topic. I'm going to have to write that down right there. Sportsmanship, handshaking. Yeah, we're going to have to get into that because they ain't get into it. Stephen A. Smith, maybe he did, and it's just not this clip. Handshaking. Because I actually see where Jay is coming from, and that's why I was like, there's a way to defend it. One, it's not a rule. Two, I ain't got to do what you want me to do. I ain't got to do what you think I should do. I get all that, but I shake hands. And I coach itty-bitties. I played when I was young, itty-bitty, and I played at the highest level. I like shaking hands. I like it because I want you to know this is just a game, bro. It ain't that deep. I'm not taking any of this with me. So what up, big dog? Love for you, man. Hope you go out there and ball out. I'm going to whoop your ass today, but good luck. Okay? Then after it, oh, great job. You won. You beat me. I got to go back to the drawing board, or I got to dust some things off, or I got to work on my game, or I whooped your ass like I told you. It's life. But it ain't, I compartmentalize. It almost tells me I could compartmentalize. And when people say, oh no, I was so caught up in my feelings, I couldn't see anything else. I was blinded by my emotions. I earmark you. I earmark that. I say there's a problem right there. If you can't get away from that. So there's a lot more topics. Oh man, the fallout, the Becky Hammond comments, is he a 1A player, all that kind of stuff. Who he is in history. Goodness, I'm just looking at all these topics. Big debate over what Wemby needs to do, what Wemby needs to get right. But I got to really pay this off and let you guys know what he said. He really said it. Like, I think I didn't even put this together. The funk Wemby happens here, and it probably happens because he didn't want to give him no dap. Let's hear it. As they said, what was that? Daft Punk. One more time. Hey, you don't want to give me no dap? He said, "Cuz you know." All right, we gonna get out of here because it's 6:30 and my medicine that I didn't take is really wearing off right now. I'm about to hit y'all with one y'all ain't gonna get, but I gotta do it, and then we gonna leave on a positive note, and then that's wrap. Cuz you know me. This is Jalen Brunson to Wemby as they walking off. Confetti falling. Where Wemby at? Can't miss him. He the tallest dude in here. He's like, Wemby. Wemby just walking like this. You know how you walking? Because everything ain't connected, but it's coordinated some way. And then he like, cuz you know me. Giving me left hand dap, P-Funkin' re-riding shotgun, explode, the windows broke out, son, a cool breeze. Somebody beat that up in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. It's next level. I just went there with my rap Tourette's. All right, let's go here. Elon Musk is now nearly $1 trillion ahead of the second richest person in the world. Did y'all hear me? He has, you imagine go to your Bank of America app, wherever you bank, your Citibank app, and it says 1, 300, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, comma, 000, comma, 000? Instead of like hours, the way we look at it, it goes 1.03, like $1.03. Larry Page is number 2 at 300 million. God dang. Sergey Brin is at, that's the guy, is that AI? No, that's Google. I don't know these guys. Jeff Bezos, 4. Larry Ellison, 5. Michael Dale, 6. Half of them, they last name, you're like, oh, yeah, no. Zuckerberg, 7. Remember he was 1 for so long? Jensen Hung, 8. Is that NVIDIA? I don't know. Bernard Arnold and family, that's the liquor. Damn, selling that drink. And Warren Buffett, 10. Blah, blah, blah. Just wanted to let you guys know. They said Elon Musk, let me go back to that list. Elon Musk, since Friday, yesterday, in one day, Elon Musk, because he was at 1 trillion, Elon Musk made more in one day than Warren Buffett made in his life. Elon Musk in one day, and it was yesterday, made more than Warren Buffett made in his life. All right, y'all, love you. Jesus. And I understand why y'all be like, what the fuck? What is going on in our world right now, right? We can't stop world hunger. Love for you guys. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here with your boy, rocking with your boy. Amazing show today. Tell me how y'all like that segment. I'm going to go back and look. I like starting to show off with them spicy chicken nuggets. So make sure you guys go to the comments of the videos today. So whatever comes out today, including this one, make sure you go in the comments. Try to be the top comment. I'm reading those couple top comments. We're going to get into it. So top comments going to get some love. Deal? Deal. And then send me any topics you really want to talk about on X. This is the show where I love all these dudes. And if they don't like it, oh, well, I still love you. Don't got to like me. It's not that deep. I ain't going to see you much anyway, so shut up. I'm with my kids. All right. Love you guys, man. Have an amazing day and get it in. Like this video. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here. Because I think the birds.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.